is time to review some Avengers action figures. Woo! What is up, superfans? I'm Matt Stockholm, and this is another edition of the Quantum Corner. And for today, we're doing a toy review on the Hasbro Avengers Endgame 6-inch action figures. I'm going to basically talk about the new figures that came out that I got, the first wave, and then compare some things about what I like, what I don't like, as well as with those and the Infinity War figures. This is my first toy review, so have some patience with me, guys. I'm still trying to pick everything up. You know, I'm trying to cover movies, comics, and toys, where some people only cover one of those three. So I really want to give you the most content I can, and really give you guys a lot of different variations of things from the genre. So bear with me a little bit, but let's get right into it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below. That will link you into our giveaway. Our next giveaway prize is at 200 subscribers, and I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. So make sure and watch all the way through. Okay, so first off, let's pull out my favorite, Iron Man. Woo! I apologize, guys, that it's not that it's kind of zoomed out, but it was the only way I could kind of frame everything in. So if anything, I'll do some close-up still shots to run through this video for you guys to see. But there's Iron Man, and he's got, you know, basically one of his repulsor blasts. I initially said when I did this, I don't know for sure if this is a repulsor or some kind of new weapon, because it definitely looks different from the regular repulsor blast. I really like this figure compared to the other Iron Man. You can look, he's bulkier, his legs are wider, his feet are wider, and let me tell you, this makes a big difference. Because with these figures, standing, and I like to set up scenes and stuff. Sorry to get his legs right here. The Infinity War one, sorry. We're just like always having problems with him tipping over. This one wasn't too bad because his feet are pretty flat, but pretty stationary. Definitely their mobility is not near as good as the new ones. They're a little flimsier, their legs are a little stiffer, and if you look, this newer one, you can move his legs, you got posable elbows, shoulders, you know, his head, does a full 360 swivel, you can even sit him on his butt. So definitely like the posability in these and the articulation, and they're way, like, they're just more solid, they're bulkier, and they hold better, and when you're standing them, their feet plant way better, okay? For the men, that was some of an issue, but for the women, it was a major issue. So, I'm going to set this guy over here. Hopefully some of these don't all fall around me. I've had a heck of a time with that. Okay, now, we're going to pull out Cap, my next favorite. So, Cap looks pretty good, got his quantum realm suit, and I will point out that they do have those devices on their hands that have been talked for quantum realm or, you know, whatever, you know, is building up for Avengers Endgame. But they all do, when they're wearing the suits, have those button things on their hand that we've seen like on Ant-Man. Again, Cap is sturdy, his feet plant really good. The Infinity War Cap, this is honestly one of my favorite versions. I know a lot of people weren't crazy about the beard and no mask or whatever, but I really like this version of Captain America. I really liked it in the movie. I thought it was cool. Again, though, he is one that has caused me a lot of pain because of that. And when I had him all set up on my shelf, I actually had to move my shelf because the spot it was at was too wobbly in the floor, and my daughter would literally run by and all my figures would fall down. It was such an annoyance. So now I've moved my my shelf, stand shelf. It's kind of a bookshelf stand. Can't see it right now, but it's over here. So it's a little more stable, but still, again, these figures are stiffer. They didn't, you know, stand as well. They don't articulate as well. They don't do a 360 turn. So, though I do like them, I definitely like the new figures more. Okay, now one other cool thing I like, well, there's a lot more than that, but I'm just going to kind of go down here. Looking at Thanos. Now, the last set, we did not get a regular Thanos. I actually bought one overseas, a knockoff Infinity War version that was the same scale size. I'm sorry, I don't have it right here. But they didn't give you an actual Thanos with the set, and I thought that was kind of ridiculous. This was the only Thanos that came with that set. And he's kind of a, he's got a sword. I'm just not holding it right now. He lights up, he says things, but it's not really the same thing as what the other ones were. Now this came with my other Iron Man. It's a battle set, and he's really stiff. All he basically does is arms up and down, and it's basically to mirror the scene of them fighting on Titan. The one thing I did point out when I did my haul, though, that the armor, the sword, all that stuff came exactly the same for this figure way back, well before Endgame was even going, or, even people were still looking at all the Infinity War stuff. So was that some kind of a Easter egg to the next movie? Because if you look at them, other than this one being a little brighter gold, oops, sorry, head popping out, the armor is identical, and he came with what's being dubbed the Infinity Sword. And you can't really do much with him other than whip his waist. You can kind of put a sword in his hand or whatever. I definitely like this Thanos. Way more posability, shoulders, elbow joints, legs, head swivel, much better. And his feet, again, very good at planting. Some of the other problems with the figures as well were holding things. And I've noticed these ones are much better for that as well. I know I just slipped and dropped that one, but I just didn't have it in there good enough. But looking at, like, Thor, okay, this is the last Thor that I got. This thing is always falling off. Every time I set him up, I'll have it in his hand, and one way or another, this thing will just drop off. So the gripping of these older figures was really annoying. But looking at the new, let's see if we get him to stand. Okay, looking at the new Thor, again, feet plants pretty good. I will say I did like that Thor's feet were a little wider apart, which makes it easier for standing. So with this particular one, that was a little bit of a downside, but Stormbreaker is in his hand. It's not going anywhere. I love that because it's so annoying when you're trying to put these things up, and I set scenes up, and pieces are falling all the time. It can get really frustrating. You just want to give up sometimes. So now, let's see. Oh, Ronin. One of my figures I really like a lot, having the Ronin version. I'm a huge fan of the Secret Invasion storyline, and that's where, basically at the beginning is where Hawkeye becomes Ronin. So I really like this character. I like Hawkeye anyways, but this Ronin character is just freaking sweet. And again, his sword holds very well in his hand. Great posability. Great leg movement. I mean, these aren't quite what the Legends can do, I'll admit, but they're like half as much. And even aside from that, the thing I like more about the Hasbro ones, you get such a greater selection. You can actually get all the characters. Where the Legends ones, they may give you one or two, maybe three out of the movie with the Build-A-Figure. Even looking at the in-game Legends set, I think there's only 3 that are actually guaranteed to be in in-game. And the rest are like Hercules, Living Laser, Citizen V. So, they're cool characters, but they're not for what we know is in the movie. So I definitely like the fact that Hasbro gives you a better selection for the characters that we want. Because I like building scenes with all the characters. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out Captain Marvel. Now, like I said with the last series, the women have been my Achilles heel. They've been the biggest pain in the butt. And I love what they've done here. They've widened the legs, widened the feet, and gave her a lot more posability. Her head, okay, it does do 360. Whoop, dropping her fireball here. But shoulders, arms, elbows, way more you can do with these. And like I said, with the women has been the biggest issue because their little feet are so tiny and their legs are so petite. And I get it, women want to have petite feet and legs. But when you have action figures, they got to be able to stand up. They got to be able to pose. Now I'm going to show you my Gamora from the Infinity War series. Not near as posable. I mean, she does a little better than some of them. Her legs are very stiff. And I know you can't really see. Again, though, I'm going to try to do some zoom shots if I can on some of these. But her feet are much tinier. And look how close together her feet are compared to Captain Marvel's. Makes it a lot harder. Now, Gamora, oh, of course, Gamora, you're not going to fall over now, huh? Basically, every time I stand her up, I have to have her leaning up on Star-Lord. Or God, this table's a little wobbly, guys, sorry. Having a moment here. I'm just going to set Captain Marvel on this sturdier table. But anyways, these women ones, they don't hold well. Their feet are really tiny. The slightest little nudge. Again, Black Widow. If I don't use her little staff to keep her standing, she won't stand. It's a pain. Scarlet Witch. I have to use her hex magic to get her to stand. Because if you don't, again, her feet are too close together. They're too narrow. The slightest wobble, she falls over. I'm going to look into getting those little black stands for these. I think you can get them. I've seen them on eBay and stuff. So that may help for these female characters especially. So yeah, that was one big downer to the Infinity War series. So let's talk about Hulk here. The coolest thing I see about this, all the rumors of Professor Hulk. I'm going to actually get up for this one, guys, just so you can see close up here. Oh, without his thing in his face. Tell me that's not Professor Hulk. Look at the face. Now I'm going to get the other Hulk from the Infinity War series while I'm up. Look at his face. And then look at his face. You can definitely see the difference. And again, I like this Infinity War figure much better. Or, excuse me, Endgame figure much better. Hulk used to be another one of my Achilles heels. His feet are pretty wide and big, but it actually makes it hurt for him because he constantly falls over. I like that they mounted this Hulk's feet a little closer together, and he's still pretty stout, so that's a good thing. Sorry, this table is just wobbly, guys. It's not the figures. The other table's not high enough. But he definitely stands way, sorry, as I'm moving, it keeps wobbling the table. He definitely stands way better. The only downside to this figure, they gave him the exact same weapon that he had in the Infinity War series. This broken piece of rebar or concrete. So I thought they could have been a little more creative than that. I was a little displeased with that. Which brings me to my next displeased character. This is the new War Machine character. Okay, does it look familiar? It should. It's basically the exact, I'm going to, again, get up and show you guys. It's the identical War Machine character. Has this, I didn't put the weapons on him, but it's the identical weapons. It's the same two guns, the shoulder gun and the big blaster. So I was a little disappointed with all the cool War Machines we've seen, like in the Titan series and, you know, in the commercials, the Lego stuff. I really thought they could have gave us a little better War Machine than just giving us the exact same one. Sorry, that blurs out a little that close. Exact same thing. So, little disappointed in that. Definitely would have liked to see a new model. It's like, you know, what's the point of buying the other one if it's the same thing? But I guess for me it still matters because like I said, I set up scenes. So I want my Endgame scene with War Machine. I want my Infinity War scene with War Machine. So that was a little disappointing. Okay. I didn't actually grab my older Rocket, the Infinity War Rocket, but I'm going to pull Rocket out here and I'll just carry him back up as well. Decent. It's about the same as the Infinity War as far as about what he does. I don't know what this little gimped hand thing is, if you can see that. He's got this little bend to it. I don't know if it's a certain way the gun's supposed to fit. I know the last one, the gun was a little different, and it was kind of big for Rocket. I had to like put it up over his head and shoulders to get him to hold it. But the Rocket character itself is decent. He, you know, again, the posability, not great for this one, but this came in the 2-pack with the Thor and Rocket 2-pack. Still happy to have it. I love Rocket. He's got his Quantum Realm suit on, so definitely cool. But yeah, I felt like they could have done a little more with Rocket. And I think that's pretty much the gist of it. I didn't pull out all the Infinity War figures, but I did pull out all the Endgame figures. And I just decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to worry about the still shots. I'm just going to bring each of these up, a couple of these up at a time for a close-up shot. So we'll bring my two favorites, Cap and Iron Man. Give you the close-up on them. I really like these figures. I love these Quantum Realm suits. The one thing, though, I was a little concerned when I went to Walmart yesterday. I was looking at some of the Titan series, which I told you guys I've collected the Infinity War Titan series, but I'm not totally sure. Come on, Cap. That was my fault, not the figure. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue collecting the Titan series because they just don't do much. I think they're more just for kids to play with. But I haven't fully made that decision yet. But they're just not superposable. You know, there's not a lot you can do with them. But what I wanted to get to was when I saw the Cap one, he just basically had the scale armor. He didn't have the Quantum Realm suit. And the same thing for Iron Man. Honestly, the Iron Man one, I'll just pull this guy down, looked basically identical to the Mach 50 from the last movie. I mean, I didn't see anything different on him. So this is the annoying thing with this stuff sometimes. You know, they reprint similar things from the previous movie, and then you gotta wait till the movie comes out, and then they'll put another one out, so you end up having to buy two. Gotta love it. Consumerism at its finest. Okay, so let's get Thor. Let's get Hulk. We'll do a little close-up here. Oh, get him not by his head. Check these. I know I already brought Hulk up once, but just give a quickie here so you guys can kind of see a little closer. Let's get Thor up there. Like I said, I like Thor. I just wish they would have had his legs a little wider like they did. That was the one thing they did right with him in the Infinity War series. Oh, see, here we go. Timber! That's okay, though. We're just about done. I'm just going to bring up Thanos and Ronan. Give you guys a quick close-up shot. Whoop. See what you guys think. I really like this Ronan. I think it's so cool. And then I noticed in the Legends set with him and Black Widow, he does have the quantum suit on. So I am going to work on getting the Legends here at some point too. They're just a little more expensive. So it might take me a little while longer to collect those. Let's see, we'll pull Captain Marvel up. And yeah, I already showed War Machine up close the one time. So here's the Captain Marvel. She's got her little blast here. What's up? So that's pretty much it, guys, for the in-game toy review. Definitely let me know what you guys think about the video. What do you guys think about the characters? Do you like them? Did you buy some? Did you like the Infinity War ones? Did you have the same issues I'm having with the Infinity War ones? So yeah, I always appreciate your guys' feedback and comments. Let me know if you want more of these kind of videos. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below. That will enter you into our giveaway. And our next giveaway prize is at 200, and it's a winner's choice poster. And as I before mentioned, if you're still watching this video at the very end, I appreciate it. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to win a free comic. I have a bunch of different comics, digital and paper. And basically, the first one to comment on this video, hashtag free comic, will get to choose one of their either digital or paper comics. Some of the paper comics have digital, so if you want me to mail you that and have both, that's fine too. If you just want the digital comic, I can do that over the web and you got it right away. So yeah, just comment about the video, hashtag free comic. The first one to do that will get a free comic. And then when you contact me, I'll give you your choices of selections to pick from. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. For the Quantum Corner, I'm Matt Stockholm saying, stay super, everybody! Have fun, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching.